Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Welcome. Today's reading and video is going to have to do with your feelings versus their feelings, your situation versus their situation, your action versus their action, outcome and guidance. And this could be for your person, somebody in separation. It could be for twin flames, soulmate, karmic. It could be for any soul connection. So let's get into this. And we're going to talk first about your feelings. So let's get right into this here. While I'm shuffling, why not go ahead and subscribe so you can see more readings like this on a weekly basis. All right. What are your feelings? All right. So we've got some hostilities, some hostile type feelings here. Towards them, I feel like the actions towards them, I feel like, yeah, you feel like, you're angry. I feel like you want to kind of express this. I feel like, you don't know how to. You may not have been able to, or you may not be able to express the way you really feel right now, especially if you're in separation with somebody. I feel like, this is sort of like a stance where like you're sort of ready to fight and you're definitely on guard. And you might even feel like a need to even protect yourself is what I'm getting. To me, this is like people might be, I don't know, making you feel like you have something to worry about or something to confront. But like this has to do with backstabbing and feeling backstabbed or knowing you were backstabbed or a sense of it. And then now, you've been stirred up and, you're kind of ready to engage. This is aggressive energy. It could be verbal or emotional or within your environment. It could be in response to someone or your person that maybe they were being too critical, too demanding, maybe hurtful with their words. But I'm feeling like there's some type of slander or feeling like that or feeling like you've been talked about or gossiped about. This could be in your personal life too, but I'm feeling like with your person, there's something I feel like, you've kind of been like living with this for a while and it's just stirring up more and more hostile energy towards them. So I don't know. I feel like, if you need to sort of get this out, if there's going to be a confrontation or if there already was one, I almost feel like you need it to unleash that. Like you need a way to unleash this or try to soothe this in some way. The other card that popped out was Goddess of the Moon. And this has to do with following your intuition and, listening to that inner voice and growing your psychic abilities and sort of your inner knowing and your inner knowledge. So I feel like you might have not listened to that. And that's why you might be even angry at yourself is what I'm getting. Okay, so let's talk about their feelings. What are their feelings? What are their feelings? So we've got action, and I'll put that other card aside that popped out with it. So they may have taken action here in terms of moving on or going forward in another direction in their life. They could be trying to find balance and they needed to sort of take action and take steps to start to go towards a healthier way of life, or just get moving, period. Because I feel like in the past they were not taking action possibly in their life. They kind of feel like they don't want to hold back. So I feel like if they were to speak to you or confront you or talk to you, I feel like there would be no holding back. I also feel like this is them taking charge in some way, whether it was in charge or taking charge to move on, like I said, or taking charge to come back to talk to you or to try to make amends with you in some way. Because I feel like there is some type of separation here. There's a willingness to work is what I'm getting also and keep going. So I feel like for them, they're on the right track and they're action oriented about their goals right now. If you look here, white and black horse, The black horse is sort of like the outer work that still needs to be done and taking action to do that. So that might be something that they're doing. And that white horse is sort of the inner action, the inner portion, of spirit and thought. So they may be working on those, strengthening those, or working out what they need to work out with those things. And they may need to do this in a way where, they do it in a balanced way, what's balanced for them. And then the other card that came out for feelings with them is Rest and Rejuvenation. So I feel like this is them really focusing in on what they need to do and what they want to do. They're after something, okay? They're after more peace. They're after a better existence, a better way of life. They're after something, okay? They may turn around and change their action or energies and be after you and want to sort of reunite with you and rebond with you. But I feel like they're in a time where they need to really do what they have to do and then focus on rest and rejuvenation and sort of inner focus and meditating and finding that spiritual side to themselves. I feel like this also can relate to when somebody's just overburdened and overstressed and worn out and they need to center and ground and like recollect themselves. So that's what they're doing. And that's the way they feel about the whole situation and feel about what they need to do. They need to continue this path that they're on. So what's your situation and their situation? Let's talk about your situation. What is your situation? All right. So we've got two that wanted to pop out too. So we've got Teacher and we've got Dark Thoughts. So your situation right now, I feel like you may be needing to learn from this whole experience, and they may have been your teacher. You may have been theirs. I feel like you definitely mirrored each other. You definitely showed each other some things that needed to be healed. And with you, it was the darker. I feel like with them, it was for them to open up and it was for them to open up and accept their spiritual gifts and start a path of spirituality and meditation and self-care and all those things. I feel like yours is more self-discovery, the shadow work that may still need to be done. It could be people that you come in contact with that have been draining to you in some ways. And, I feel like this has taken you to a darker place because I feel like you feel left behind by this person. And, I feel like you may have to take the steps to go forward to really attack these darker things and these darker energies and these wounds that are there, because I feel like that's kind of what you're being called to do in that energy. Because with the dark thoughts, that's a consciousness. So I feel like, this is like the shadows of the mind and, how you feel frightened maybe to go ahead and not know what's ahead and then thinking the worst, the worst, the worst, or hanging around with unsavory people or being around characters that are not for you, for your best development. You might be connecting with those types of people, but I feel like you're learning lessons here. And I feel like, you consciously need to choose to release unhealthy thoughts and behaviors. And you have to know that you're always strong enough to make those choices and honor yourself here. But yeah, interestingly enough, that's what I feel like is going on, and that's your situation. So what is their situation? What is going on in their situation? Okay, so there's either deception around them, or they felt like they were deceived, or they might have been a little bit deceptive themselves. This is definitely people around them. And it could be in their personal life, like work life, that kind of thing. Because if you look here, this is like coworkers. But we're talking about their situation. So, and the situation includes the way they feel or the way that they have felt in the past. And what I'm getting is that they may have felt deceived in some way. They may feel like they were doing a little self-deception on their own part. But there's something about them needing to take control and expose sort of this energy that they've felt, and sort of take control and try to remove anybody around them in their life or any connections that feel this way. Now, if they thought that you were deceptive, this is something that they have to work through, something that they have in their head. And if they themselves might have been a little bit deceptive out of fear of disappointing you or hurting someone else, there's definitely something going on there. Maybe they just couldn't be truthful to themselves. Maybe they just couldn't be truthful to you about the way they felt or what they wanted. What else do we got here? What else do we have for them, for their situation? What's going on in their situation? So we've also got the honoring path, and I feel like they need to take action in their life and move ahead with whatever goals it is that they've set for themselves. I feel like they're going to be recognized, and this is very important to them. They want to be recognized. I also feel like in their particular mind, about the way they feel about you, they do hold you in a high respect and a high regard, but they're learning to hold themselves in this way too. And they're like getting some type of energy from, and satisfaction and energy from being admired or being like not envied, but like they get like some satisfaction from people like sort of supporting them or holding them up or cheering them on. And they may need that. That's something that they may need in their life, in relationships, in love relationships. But it's a shift in attitude too, because they're starting to see themselves in the best light. They're starting to see themselves worthy of increases and worthy of good things coming to them. And they're choosing to prioritize themselves, which is a really good thing on the journey. And they are truly valuing their self. And this is also about self-care. So that's where they're at in their situation right now. All right, let's see what else. What is your action? And then we'll talk about their action. What is your action? So I feel like you want a new opportunity. And I also feel like you want to do this quickly, or reach out to them quickly, or offer them yourself again in some way. I feel like there's a big sexual attraction here. I don't know if this started out as sexual or if there's just a desire for that type of sexual presence, or you want only sex, or there's something with big passionate sexual energy, very fiery, very, very hot, very I want, I need, I have to have it now. So I feel like you may take action on the way you're feeling sexually, emotionally, physically, like spiritually, like all these ways you feel, I feel like are wrapped up into this one offer that you want to make them again. And it's really charged. So I feel like you want to take action with that. This is like within the next few days, few weeks. So this is something you've been thinking about. I also feel like you might be searching for them, or want to find them, or want to see them. And I also feel like you just think the world of them. You are not letting this go. This is not something that you can let go unless you put this out there and get rejected. I feel like you just want to take action. You don't care what the outcome is. You're hoping, and you do feel like almost intuitively like it's going to be good and well received, and you're going to be able to get back with them, and everything is going to be okay again, and it's going to complete you. That's what you feel, and that's the action you want to take, because that's what you feel like will happen. Yeah, you have nothing but love to offer to this person. So let's see, what is their action? So I feel like they are working on themselves. This is big for them. They are working on like their money, their financial stability. They are staying very dependable, very grounded, very practical. They're making good choices. They're allowing things to grow with time. They're not in a rush for anything. They're not in a rush for love. They want to take their time. They want to make sure that if you're interested in them and you come back to them, or you want to be with them, or you make a show of emotion towards them, or you make a display of emotion, or you proclaim your love to them, they're going to take it slow. They don't want to go fast. They need it to, they want like a payout in the end. Like, in other words, they don't want to plant seeds and neglect anything. They want to take care of it, and they want to watch it grow and foster it and nourish it and give it all it needs. So that's what they're doing to themselves, and that's how they feel relationships should be as well. So they're focused on themselves, but when love comes around, or they want love, or they're looking for it, or they're fancying it, or they think about you, they want to grow slow. But they do want to grow, and they do believe that growth is only it in relationships. They don't want to stay stagnant with somebody. They want to constantly grow and evolve and change with someone for the better. And I do feel like sometimes too, in their action, they may be a little bit stubborn or a little bit fearful to move forward. They're also not moving on from you. They definitely think back to the past with you a lot, and they feel still very like, oriented around you, like your family, like you. They feel like they still bond, know you, that those things, they haven't forgotten those things. They're also learning to balance their feelings and emotions. I also feel like they will not reach out to you till they feel like they've balanced themselves out everywhere they need to, like with their work life, their home life, their diet, their exercise routines, their money. They're just working on such personal things. Definitely like maintaining like a single lifestyle, or like staying like just I'm single, I'm doing me kind of vibe. But they're definitely working on that. They're patient, and I feel like expect the same from you. So let's talk about advice and outcomes. What is some guidance? What is some guidance that we can get here going forward? Some guidance for this situation between these two. Outcome and guidance. Let's talk about guidance first. Guidance. So you're being called to let go also of things from the past, also of things that hold you back in life, things that make you feel like you can't move forward because you're too concerned about others. I feel like if you want this relationship and you want to move forward with this person, you have to let go of the past and unleash the past, and also the expectations that you feel others have on you, because I feel like you're being pulled in 50 million directions. And I also feel like you have to choose to free yourself from old old things that hold you back, whether it's mental things or people or emotional things or traumas, whatever those are. I mean, it could be an old job, an old relationship that you're not quite over. Maybe it's a relationship that wasn't suiting you anymore, or it's something with your parents or your family or your siblings or your friends. But I feel like you really need to look within, because you're sort of plagued by critical, worrisome thought patterns, and definitely some type of unhealthy, or even maybe possibly like an addictive behavior or self-sabotaging type behavior. But it's a vibration you can change. You really must muster up that discipline, and free yourself from these outer beasts that have been dragging you down. That's what you need to do. I release unhealthy attachments and make choices that honor me. I move towards my own objectives. I have to move towards the things I want and need. So that's something to think about. Now let's see what else we get. So that's sort of guidance. Release that. Start worrying more about yourself and about what you want and the choices that you want to make. And what else do we get for guidance? We've got angels of the four corners. So these angels are Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel, I believe Archangel Uriel, Michael, Raphael, and I have to think who the third one is. Anyway, fourth one is. I'm sorry, guys. My brain is I'm so focused on this. The thing about it is that I feel like you need to get in touch more with your spiritual side. They're doing that. Your person is doing that. So I feel like it's kind of reflective of what you should do too, because I feel like that path has helped them, and this path can only help you if you go towards that spiritual path and you start to work with the angels and work with your angelic team and start to accept more your spiritual gifts and following your gut and following what your intuition tells you and what your heart is telling you to do, and not worry about what others think or what is going to happen all the time. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Let's get another card, because we're going to talk about outcome. What is the outcome of this situation? When all these things are followed and between the two energies of these people, what is the outcome of this situation? So there's still some indecision here. Whether this is going to be that you decide to reach out to them, you decide to put in the work, wait a little while, then reach out. You decide if they reach out to you, are you going to accept it? Or are you going to let more time pass? Are you going to take the path that leads you closer to your spirituality? Or are you going to take the path that your heart's desire, you've been wanting to follow? Maybe this is you choosing between two different people, two different actions, two different feelings. There's something here that needs to be resolved and decided upon. And once you do that, you have this cornucopia. This is like you getting everything you want, but you have to make this decision. You have to make, you know, a decision that's going to support your best path, your best way, not what's going to lead you closer to them or lead you closer to instant gratification, because you really do have to put the work in. When you put the work in, you get the cornucopia in the end. You get everything you want in the end. Oh, I hope this was helpful to you guys. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my Facebook business page on Facebook so you can follow my weekly astrology, and also check links in the description box for my private reading information and my twin flame separation mentoring and support group. Love and light to you all. Thank you so much for watching.